Now going to Afghanistan, the Taliban have made more advances in that country by capturing a second district in the northern Kunduz province. Official sources say militants have managed to take full control of Dashti Archi after engaging in heavy fighting with local security forces. According to sources, about 150,000 locals have been trapped in the district that remains under militant siege. The advancement comes a day after the Taliban seized control of the Chahar Dara district in Kunduz. Afghan security forces have foiled an attempt by Taliban militants to lay siege to the parliament building in the capital, Kabul. Officials say that all 7 assailants were killed in a counterattack to secure the building. Taliban insurgents attacked the parliament building with gunfire and explosions, sending lawmakers running for cover. They tried to storm the complex but were repelled and then took position in a nearby partially constructed building. Officials say all lawmakers were safely evacuated. The attack came as lawmakers were to introduce the president's nominee for the crucial post of defense minister. The war-torn nation has been witnessing bomb and gun attacks on an almost daily basis. Earlier this month, a car bomb exploded in an area close to the parliament building. To get the latest on that, we're now joined by Faiz Khurshid, Press TV's correspondent, who is joining us live now from the Afghan capital, Kabul. Now, Faiz, it's kind of ironic, isn't it, that this attack happened as the nominee for the defense minister was to be presented?
Yes, Wakar, it was a very important day for Afghan lawmakers as the country's second vice president was in the lower house presenting a nominee for the Ministry of Defense when they were attacked. We understand that 7 insurgents were involved in this attack. 2 of them detonated their explosives on the main gate of the Afghan parliament, and others shot their way inside the building, and heavy gunfiring erupted between the attackers and Afghan security forces. Afghan security forces very quickly surrounded the building. And now the siege is over. The police chief of Kabul has announced that 17 civilians have been wounded who are around this building. It's a very strategic place. It's near other government buildings, and Taliban very quickly claimed responsibility for the attack, saying that it was part of their summer offensive. The main target of the attack was Afghan lawmakers. Some Afghan lawmakers have been wounded, but no one has been killed in this attack. It has yet again added to the security concerns of people who live here in Kabul. This city is not safe anymore, and people here are now criticizing the Afghan government for not doing enough to tackle the problem of insurgency. We understand it's not only Kabul. Insurgency is growing in other parts of Afghanistan too, particularly northern Afghanistan.
And Faiz, from what I remember, there's been much criticism of the Afghan government because the post of the defense minister had been empty for so long. Do you think this will push politicians to finally bring in someone into that post?
I think yes, it is a very crucial post for the Afghan government, and there is still no one to run the Afghan Ministry of Defense. Now, a person who is one of the close aides of the Afghan president, Ashraf Ghani, as well as the former president of this country, Hamid Karzai, has been nominated for this position. He has to lead a large number of Afghan security forces to run the fight against the Taliban militants, not only in the south, but even now in northern Afghanistan. And the Taliban summer offensive is now in full swing. Government buildings, diplomatic missions, and Afghan security forces remain prime targets for the Taliban insurgents. And Taliban believe that the Afghan security forces are not able enough to defend their country against their attacks, so they want to take over the entire country, what they say, through violence. But Afghan security forces have a big task ahead. They have to prove their military skills and protect their country against the Taliban attacks.
Okay, Faiz, as always, thanks very much for that.